Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I gotta tell you guys, it is an amazing feeling when somebody out there hears your story of how you're receiving criticism for your videos from some idiot guys, and then a bunch of girls hit the subscribe button for you because they love your videos so much. It is an incredible feeling to know that you girls love Descendants and Zombies as much as what you have, and you love hearing my stories that relate to Descendants and Zombies. As we approach the date for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, it is incredible. It's such an incredible feeling, and it is such an honor to be able to sit here behind this podcast microphone and give you a review of Descendants that has been years in the making. Because I am just as excited as each and every one of you for the release date of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, which apparently is, the window is, suggesting that we will see it in summer of 2026. If it is released by summer 2026, I am going to be really excited about this for each and every one of you, because you have been incredibly supportive of me when you didn't have to be. And that was shown today when 3 or 4 little girls hit the subscribe button for my YouTube channel, and I was just blown away by the amount of views that this video had that I uploaded this morning. Thank you so much, wherever you are out there tonight, for hitting my subscribe button and showing that you love these videos as much as what you had. Because here's what it comes down to, is we are approaching almost 3,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. You could be the 3,000th subscriber that we see on this YouTube channel. You could be the 5,000th subscriber. You could be the 6,000th subscriber. You could be the 15,000th subscriber. And you could be a part of this beautiful community which I have cherished for the better part of the last 10 years. This is a niche that has been incredibly supportive of everything that I have believed in, everything that I've wanted to instill in a child's mind for believing that dreams are possible, no matter what that dream is. I've said that many times on this show. I must sound like a broken record, oh my. But that is true. Every dream that you've ever had or ever wanted to achieve is possible. All you have to do is strive for that dream and believe that the dream is possible. I know I must sound like the sweetest guy ever to create a Descendants or Zombies video, but I really am. With me, what you see is what you get, and there is nothing else that I can do for you, only perceive you for who I am. And that's the interesting thing about these Descendants videos, is that most of these videos that you see online on YouTube are videos that are done by AI. Actually, I saw a YouTube advertisement from a campaign that was monetized on YouTube earlier this afternoon. It was the same AI voice that was advertising some product that was doing a Descendants video earlier this week that was just leaked to the internet, leaked to YouTube. So the majority of the videos that you are finding about Descendants or Zombies pretty much are AI, and they are misleading you to hit the subscribe button. I have never wanted that from each and every one of you, and your little hearts are what makes the decision to hit the subscribe button for this YouTube channel. You know, a year and a half ago, I thought my career was over, and nobody was watching any of my videos. Nobody was hitting the subscribe button. Nobody was hitting the like button. So I turned my YouTube channel around. I turned my content around to critique it for each and every one of you. I had always been the biggest Disney fan and the biggest Disney supporter that you would hear on YouTube, critiquing it in somewhat of a critical review and critical way. But you guys stole my heart for the support and the love that you showed this YouTube channel, and you showed the Descendants franchise. This franchise will go down in history with there being no question or any doubt in my mind as the greatest of all time. The greatest franchise of all time, with over 10 million fans who have been incredibly supportive of it, and have been the reason why I think every morning that I wake up I'm infected by either a zombie or a werewolf. Oh my God. There's always, every morning when I come in through that window, I think I'm infected. I've been plagued by a zombie or a werewolf. But and you don't know how you've lived until you live with a guy who actually thinks he's a werewolf and howls at the moon every night between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. every morning. It is somewhat challenging. I've lived through that. I've lived through girls that in relationships that have thought they were vampires, you know, and one thing led to another. But besides that, I don't know how many vampire girls we have out there watching these videos, but thank you so much if you are. I come in peace. I would love for you to hit the subscribe button. I don't know how many mermaids we have out there who would love to transform into a mermaid and go for a dip. But hit the subscribe button because, in all honesty, I would love to have you a part of this community because this is a community that I've cherished for forever and been a fan of for the better part of 10 years. I first saw it on July 31st, 2015. I loved it. I saw the premiere of the original Descendants. I saw everything they did on the red carpet, and I knew this was going to be a musical that would captivate millions. And here we are a decade later, and I sit here with 3,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel after receiving some criticism for some of the videos I've uploaded in the past. I have presently uploaded, and I have 3,000 girls standing in front of me as a shield, protecting who and what they love. And I can't thank you enough for that. And if I'm going down in history, I want to go down in history for being one of the greatest who have ever done it. And I think you girls are going to make sure that I do. At least 90% of the people subscribed to this YouTube channel are girls who believe and they hold Descendants in a special place in their heart. And they are never ever going to let anybody come between the person who is creating this content for them and what they love so much. If you have seen yourself through the eyes of a Descendants character, regardless if it's Mel, regardless if it's Evie, regardless if it's Red, or regardless if it's Chloe, thank you so much for sharing your stories with me, sharing your experiences through this incredible journey that we have all been on, riding the horses through the forest, trying to find the next chapter for Descendants, which is Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, which are going to see a lot of very interesting characters see their introduction into the franchise for the first time ever. I myself would have loved to have been the son of Hercules or even the voice of the Kingdom Cup games because I could do a tremendous introduction of everybody for the Kingdom Cup games. Let's see what I can do here. Welcome to the Descendants Kingdom Cup games. Now introducing the participants. I always used to do a lot of voiceover work for professional wrestling, boxing, and MMA and the UFC, but that was years ago. Everything I ever did on YouTube, I seemingly became famous for overnight. But I didn't see a rapid ascension to fame until, as much of a rapid ascension, let me say that, to fame until I started covering Dove Cameron and profiling her as much as what I did. I knew she meant so much to you, but I never knew she meant this much to you. And I never knew that people like Kylie Cantrell had such a profound impact on all of your hearts. And the imprint that these stars have left on your hearts, absolutely incredible. And I think that this story is far from over. And that's why I dress like a prince every time I do a video on YouTube with the Rolex watch and stuff, because I want each and every one of you to know that no matter how many times somebody will try to knock you and tell you that this franchise is seeing its conclusion and it's going to be a dramatic conclusion, I don't think we should ever buy into what the other critics are saying about Descendants and Zombies. I mean, forever. Descendants and Zombies has received its fair share of criticism, so much so that the stars of the particular franchises the criticism applies to and is directed towards don't even want to Google themselves anymore. They don't even want to read any columns. They don't want to do any interviews, and they are reduced to tears every single night of their lives. And somewhere along the journey, I got tired of hearing all the criticism and seeing them cry on videos on TikTok and various other platforms like YouTube they would upload because they were so emotionally overcome. I want people like Kylie Cantrell and Meg Dolly to know that because they are struggling personally in their personal lives, that does not take away from how incredible of a person they are or come down hard on their credibility. They are incredibly beautiful people, kind of like you guys, because you guys help me make sense of everything. The Descendants franchise, the Descendants universe, has helped me make sense of everything. When I felt like I was lost, I couldn't make sense of my own relationships, where they were headed, what direction I was going in. When I felt conflicted about the content I was distributing on the radio, on YouTube for over 25 years, this niche welcomed me with open arms. I found this niche. I was just traveling through the woods one night on a Transylvania horse, if you would, and you guys welcomed me with open arms. And you have been incredibly supportive and protective of me ever since. And you have never let go of this YouTube channel. The first few subscribers that I had on this YouTube channel, when I can remember this YouTube channel had 6 subscribers, you're still here. And for somebody who has yet to subscribe, there's a huge emphasis on if you could be the 3,000th subscriber on this YouTube channel, because in order for me to put up 3,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel, I would have to make over 250 videos per one subscriber per every video. Now, sometimes some videos get 5, 6 subscribers, and that's huge for me, but it never really has bothered me that I put up 1 or 2 subscribers per video and have to make 250 videos to accumulate 300 subscribers to get to 3,000, because every single subscriber who comes in on this YouTube channel and takes a chance on me and gives this a shot pushes this YouTube channel further to another milestone, that much further to success, and propelling it to an ascension that no other YouTube creator will ever amount to. Because there are a lot of YouTube creators out there that are just AI voices. They are fake, and they are just saying what they want you to hear and showing you what they want you to see, so that Descendants fans will subscribe to their YouTube channels. I know how it goes. There are YouTube channels that upload Descendants and Zombies videos with 10,000, 15,000 subscribers. But I have some of the best fans in the world who have taken a chance on me, who have never quit on me, and that means so much to me. Because I have seen my fair share of criticism. For years, when I was a wrestling podcast host, I received my fair share of criticism. When I was involved in the wrestling industry for what felt like forever and there was no way out of it, you guys pulled me out of darkness and showed me the way back into the light. And I can't thank you enough for that, because Lord knows I've seen my fair share of criticism and I didn't know where I was going. Every night I hung up the headset, I wanted to quit because I couldn't say what I wanted to say. I couldn't say how I feel. I couldn't express my emotions in a way that I can with the Descendants franchise. Disney was my exit, my proverbial exit from everything that I was faced with in the way of negativity. Every time I turned around, there was something negative looking at me in the face. I've done this for a very long time, and I've been on YouTube for a very long time. But you guys have been some of the most sweet, some of the most incredibly supportive, and you have alleviated a lot of pressure off my shoulders, because I could tell you anything, and I could share in my experiences being a Duff Cameron fan, having been a Kylie Contrell fan and supporter, and being the biggest fan and having the biggest crush in the world on Ruby Rose Turner for exemplification of kindness, which has been truly profound. I'm going to miss Ruby being a part of Descendants 5. I will say that for forever. I'll say that again tomorrow on my podcast. I will say it again next week, next month, next year, next millennium, because she is so incredibly kind, and she does not deserve any criticism. So too does Kylie Contrell. She does not deserve any criticism. Can we please leave her alone? Can we leave her conversations private the way that she wants them to be put out there for having been put out there for and distributed? I think her political point of view, having not been a Donald Trump supporter, is ridiculous, just for a way for a lot of media to get attention. And when I see her crying on videos, it makes me want to run for president of the United States, which I have no problem doing. I have no problem purchasing the entire Descendants franchise if Disney will allow me to purchase it. Come to think of it, I would purchase the franchise so I would gain ownership over the franchise, and I would let Disney run it for me, but I would be the executive producer and director of this, so every decision that Disney would make would have to go through me, and it would ultimately become stronger because of what I would do for it, because I know how much it means to each and every one of you. So I want to put it out there that if Disney would consider selling me the franchises Descendants and Zombies, I would really run with this. And I would run with it in a way that you would see more characters, you would see more emphasis on characters that were critical to the franchise, such as Bridget. You would see a lot of people returning, which seemed virtually impossible in the eyes of the creators of Descendants right now, with Kimmy Gatewood coming in to produce Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, and Jennifer Fang doing a fabulous job with the other Descendants, Descendants 4, The Rise of Red. I would love for the director and producer of this one to be Jonathan Clarke, and if Jonathan Clarke's name goes on the franchise, oh, stuff is really going to blow up. Stuff is going to ascend to the heights of greatness, and I will forever solidify my legacy for having been one of the greatest who have ever done it. But even if I do become the greatest of all time to ever do it, I want each and every one of you to know that I will never forget the people who put me in that position, because I could just be a YouTube creator who uploaded videos because he had a lot of money. I could just be a YouTube creator that had his heart broken a million times over with no likes and no subscribers. You know, I have everything that I ever wanted, but there is no price on happiness. And my greatest happiness and my greatest honor has been bestowed upon me for the first time in what feels like forever, an entire lifetime, an eternity, to be able to create videos for each and every one of you, because I know that some little girl out there who watches these videos loves it so much. And I just never ever wanted to let anybody down when I critiqued Descendants or Zombies, and I just wanted to give you the best. And if I couldn't give you the best, I felt like I let myself down. I felt like I let Ruby Rose Turner down after having said that I had the biggest crush on Ruby. I felt like I let Dove Cameron down because of everything she went through with Ryan McCartan, who was an idiot for the way he treated her because of his image. Thank God that Ryan is no longer on YouTube. We have succeeded in a lot of things since the launch of this YouTube channel. One of my primary goals was to run out Ryan McCartan on YouTube to make sure that he never uploaded another video. And if he does show up on YouTube now, it's just because of an interview he does for some other project. He doesn't show up on YouTube for any videos he uploads to his YouTube podcast, The Stage Door, anymore. They haven't uploaded the video in over a year. So we've beaten out Ryan McCartan. Some of you guys have helped me surpass some of the people that criticize me with their YouTube shows. In a couple of months' time, I will surpass some of the other shows, some of the other critics that I had. It's been an amazing ride on this YouTube channel, and one that I will never, ever forget. I have loved forever and an eternity talking about Dove. I have loved it forever and an eternity talking about Kylie. I have loved forever and an eternity talking about Ruby. And I don't even think about what I'm going to say on this show anymore because, come to think of it, I never ever did think about what I was going to say on the show or what I wanted to say. I just said what I wanted to say, how I felt about Ryan, how I felt about Descendants. And one thing led to another, and everybody subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you think I am the sweetest guy ever for creating Descendants and Zombies videos, thank you so much. Thank you for being so incredibly supportive of a guy who lives near a soda plantation in a chemical plant that could explode because he wanted to live the Zombies and Descendants experience. And I really did. I live on an island that reminds me of Oregon, and I live within the vicinity of a chemical plant and a soda plantation that could explode at any given moment, and a zombie breakout could go down. I did it because I wanted to create something special for each and every one of you. I wanted to sit on this podcast as if I was infected by a zombie or had been bitten by a vampire and portray myself as a vampire slayer, which I actually did ever since I was a teenager, because I wanted to create a show that would be very compelling, feel very engaging, and as if you knew who the host was. Because you got to cut me. You got to back off with the AI videos because the AI videos really make no sense. I just mentioned how I saw a YouTube monetized account that had a advertisement of some product that made no sense to me whatsoever. The same voiceover was used in a Dove Cameron video that was leaked online earlier this week. So I don't know if it's going to be summer 2026 for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. That's just the speculated release window for this, but it will be released sometime in 2026. I think a bigger budget should be allocated for Descendants 6 because you can't, or Descendants 5, you really cannot do much with the allocated budget, the allocated amount that is released for Descendants every 2 or 3 years. So if I ever get elected as President of the United States, I will fulfill my promises of giving you Disney Plus for free, a free trip to Disney every year, and an allocated budget that is significantly higher than the one they have for Descendants. Because everybody's talking about the release windows now for Descendants 5, Zombies 5, but what you have to allocate is a budget that they can get the movie produced within, so they have to wait on that. They have to get a camera crew to go undersea to film scenes underwater if mermaids are going to be introduced and allocated for, which I'm an advocate for because I think mermaids are the most beautiful creatures of fantasy that I've ever had the opportunity to talk about and profile on my radio show and on YouTube. And I would love to take myself up on the opportunity to go out on a boat excursion and see some mermaids jumping up out of the water, which is why if there's a mermaid watching this video, you are more than welcome to hit the subscribe button. I would love to see a huge boost in subscribers on this YouTube channel. I'm not going to lie. And I think I can get it from this video because I photoshopped a new Descendants Wicked Wonderland graphic, which is probably going to make headlines online. I hope this video shows up on every video platform. I hope this video shows up on every major search engine. Because for some reason, 5,000 girls have made me the voice of Descendants and Zombies, which is a huge honor to have bestowed upon a YouTube creator, a full-time YouTube creator, which is going to be here for forever. And if you guys have wanted a show on YouTube that allocates itself for Descendants and Zombies, I couldn't be more proud to be the host to do it for you. So you do have a show that focuses primarily on Descendants and Zombies content rather than just an AI video uploaded between 5 and 12 minutes that tells you nothing about the franchise and direction of it in the future. So I just wanted to be that for you because I'm just as proud to say I'm a fan of Meg Donnelly. I'm just as proud to say I'm a fan of Kylie Cantrell, who had been through a lot, seen their fair share of criticism, but they've gotten through it and they've seen the way out of darkness into the light every single time because of you guys. You guys have held me by the hand for forever and let me know that everything is going to be okay. So if I were to come on here and criticize Descendants, that wouldn't prove anything, just that I'm an idiot. But you guys have seen the good in me when nobody else has. And for that, I just want to simply say thank you. From my heart to yours, I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you, because you have been incredibly supportive of me and what I wanted to promote on this YouTube channel for what feels like forever. It is nothing off of my shoulders to talk about Descendants and Zombies for over a half an hour on this YouTube channel every night of my life, and I would do it for the rest of my life. If there was one niche that I could fall in love with all over again and study for each and every one of you, it would be this one. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, man, you're a really sweet guy. I'm going to hit your subscribe button. If you are even thinking that, don't even think twice about it. Just hit the subscribe button, because I really do love it when I see the subscribers going up on this YouTube channel. I can't seem to get enough of it, because it shows how much you appreciate the videos, how much you love the videos. And that was proven today. I received a fair share of criticism in the comments of some of the videos that I were uploading, and then the girls heard the story, and they were all hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button as fast as their little hearts could pound. Which is something that I really, really appreciate, because you see the value in these videos. You see somebody that actually appreciates the franchise for what it's worth. So much so that I would like to have ownership of the franchises to make sure that it lasts forever. Because long after I'm dead and gone, what I want is this franchise, these two franchises, if you would, to have been secured for forever. It's one thing to secure through the eyes of Malachi Burton and Freya Sky, for example, i.e. But it's another way of securing it by, selling it to a guy that probably could do something more with it, give it a bigger budget, allocate something more important and significant for it. I love this franchise so much, and there is nothing that I wouldn't do for this. I would go above and beyond for each and every one of you, because I know how much it means to you. Same kind of feel, same kind of vibe, but more characters, more chapters, more novels, more merch, more concert experiences for you, perhaps in 3D. If it isn't already in 3D, I'll make it in 3D for you. Because I really think that, more could be done with this, more in the way of, positive reviews, more nice things to say about it, instead of shutting it down, shutting the door, closing the door, and locking it for Descendants and Zombies because we've reached the end of it. The train stops here. No, it doesn't stop here, because this story is far from over. From my heart to yours, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much from my heart to yours for having made me the voice of Descendants or Zombies, or as I like to pontificate myself for proudly having become, the voice of Descendants and Zombies, Zombies, Zombies. I would love to look in Ruby's eyes and say, Ruby, please don't leave me. I would love to be an actor. I'm an aspiring actor that's been involved in a lot of stage productions that weren't even famous. I would love to have the opportunity to, win the heart of Ruby. I would love to have the opportunity to win the heart of Meg. But that can't happen unless you let me, or allow me, to live the Tom Cruise life and dangle from the propellers of a helicopter shooting thousands of zombies. Crazy. Crazy how much this YouTube channel has exploded overnight. I love it so much. I don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. Thank you so much for having found my thumbnail tonight and having watched my video. I have the greatest honor of my life is being able to sit behind this podcast microphone and to have created so many wonderful, so many fabulous videos that we can all relate to about Descendants and Zombies. And I honestly don't know where I would be without each and every one of you. I'd just be some guy uploading videos on YouTube with probably a couple of hundred views, kind of like my girlfriend's boyfriend who plays Bangladesh music, which makes no sense to me. It's not even written in English. But at least this music is in English, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. And, when I felt like I had nobody, I had each and every one of you who watched my videos, who supported this YouTube channel. And from my heart to yours, I guess the only thing left to say is that we just have to stay calm and zombie on and look forward to Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, and Zombies 5 in the very near future. The intended release date for Zombies 5, by the way, looks to be a window suggesting mid-2027, when we'll see mermaids allocated into the franchise, which I am really excited about. And I can't wait for your imaginations to explode with curiosity when that happens. And if Jonathan Clarke is not infected or killed by a zombie or a vampire, or becomes a zombie or a vampire by Zombies 5, or whatever it's going to be called, Zombies 5, Rise of the Mermaids, I better not say anything, because If it is indeed Zombies 5 Rise of the Mermaids, then Jonathan Clarke has to go after copyright. But yeah, that sounds like a cool title. Zombies 5 Rise of the Mermaids. Yeah. Hit the subscribe button. Make magic happen on this YouTube channel and spread your own message of kindness, because kindness really does go a long way in this world. I may be the sweetest guy to have ever created a Descendants or Zombies video or Descendants or Zombies YouTube channel, but it is the greatest honor that I think I could have ever had bestowed upon me, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for having been so incredibly supportive of this YouTube channel, because I didn't think it was going anywhere. I had 6 subscribers at one point in my life, and now I have nearly 3,000. You could be the 3,000th subscriber if you put a bit of muscle on this YouTube channel. It's like going to the gym and using the ab machine. And as much as you use the ab machine, what happens is you get stronger. So if you hit the subscribe button in that same light, this YouTube channel gets pushed further up into the algorithm. More people will find these videos, and this YouTube channel packs on muscle and becomes stronger. So if you want to contribute to packing on muscle for this YouTube channel and spreading kindness, please go out of your way to do it. I would love to see the subscribers significantly boost overnight on this YouTube channel. I would love to see 5,000, 10,000, and so on subscribe to this YouTube channel, because there is no end. All we have to do is stay calm and zombie on as the sun sets on all of our lives, as it approaches dusk closer and closer. It's beautiful, beautiful evenings on this island, very relaxing, very peaceful. I wish you were all here to experience it with me. And one very important last note. Whatever you're going through in life, everything is going to be okay. Why is everything going to be okay? Because we all look at the same constellation, the same stars, and somewhere within the stars the words "I love you" are written in them. You may have to look a little bit closer to find those words. But we all look at the same moon every single night, and I just want you to know everything is going to be okay. Why, you may ask? Because it has to be. It just has to be. Because we have each other's support. That's what we're done. That's what we're put here on this earth to do, is help each other. And if we can't do that, then our purpose pretty much is never fulfilled. So with that having been said, please be kind to one another. Spread your own message of kindness. Go be kind to somebody now who needs it. But don't forget to hit my subscribe button, because you are the sweetest fans ever. You are the reason why I'm here. You are the reason why this show is back, and back for forever. You brought me back from the proverbial dead 25 years ago when I thought I was done. In 2018, I thought I had recorded my final podcast, and I'm here now because of each and every one of you, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There's no place in the world I would rather be than having the honor of having become the voice of Descendants and Zombies. With that having been said, stay calm and zombie on, guys. We will do this again really soon. Bye, YouTube. We will talk again tomorrow morning.